The stars glimmered coldly against the dark canvas of space as the Galactic Council's fleet approached Earth's orbital zone. Captain June Park stood motionless, watching the incoming vessels on the massive holographic display. His hands were clasped behind his back, fingers slightly trembling with a mixture of tension and controlled anger. For decades, Earth had maintained a careful diplomatic relationship with the Galactic Council. Humanity believed in peaceful cooperation, sharing scientific knowledge, and building interstellar connections. But today, everything would change. The first wave of Council ships entered Earth's detection range. They were massive, metallic constructions with sleek designs that suggested advanced technological capabilities. Each vessel carried thousands of alien soldiers from different species: reptilian Krell warriors, silicon-based Vorn troops, and gaseous Nebulan strategists. Admiral Yuna Kim's voice broke the silence. Incoming transmission from Council Representative Daehan. A holographic image flickered to life. Daehan was a tall, slate-gray humanoid with multiple eyes and translucent skin. His voice was calculated and cold. "Humans of Earth, your civilization has been deemed unstable and potentially dangerous to galactic harmony. The Council has voted unanimously to initiate a controlled planetary pacification protocol." June's eyes narrowed. Pacification protocol was a euphemism for complete subjugation or potential extinction. "We reject your assessment," June responded, his voice steady. "Earth has maintained peaceful relations and followed all interstellar protocols." Daehan's multiple eyes blinked in sequence. "Your potential for technological advancement and unpredictable behavioral patterns make you a significant risk. The Council cannot allow such uncertainty to exist." Behind the holographic transmission, massive energy weapons on the Council ships began charging. Their luminescent blue cores indicated they were preparing for a full-scale assault. Aurora, the advanced AI defense system, began analyzing potential scenarios. Trillions of calculations processed within milliseconds. The AI's quantum neural networks detected something unusual. Hidden systems deep within Earth's geological structures were showing unexpected activity. "Captain," Aurora's synthesized voice emerged, "I'm detecting anomalous energy signatures from multiple continental zones. Recommendation: prepare for defensive reconfiguration." June understood the subtle message. Aurora was hinting at something more than standard planetary defense mechanisms. The first plasma torpedoes launched from Council ships, cutting through the void of space with incredible speed. They were designed to disable planetary infrastructure, targeting communication networks, power grids, and military installations. But something was different. As the torpedoes approached, they encountered an invisible energy field that seemed to absorb and redirect their destructive potential. Daehan's holographic image flickered with confusion. "Impossible," he muttered. Earth's orbital defense platforms, which appeared antiquated and simplistic, suddenly transformed. Metallic panels shifted, revealing advanced weapon systems that were completely hidden moments before. The Council fleet had expected an easy conquest. They believed humanity was technologically primitive, naive, and unprepared. They were wrong. June allowed himself a slight smile. The invasion had begun, but the Council had no idea what they were truly facing. "Aurora," he said quietly, "initiate protocol antiquity." The AI's response was immediate. "Affirmative, Captain." Ancient defense systems coming online. Deep beneath the Earth's surface, in locations unknown to the Galactic Council, massive mechanical systems began to awaken. Generations of technological advancements, hidden from galactic view, were about to be revealed. The first battle for Earth's survival had just begun, and humanity was far from defenseless. Daehan's holographic transmission continued to display his shocked expression, unaware that with each passing second, the Council's so-called pacification protocol was transforming into a catastrophic miscalculation. Humanity's true potential was about to be unleashed. The ground beneath the Gobi Desert trembled. At first, it was barely noticeable, a slight vibration that most would dismiss as a minor geological disturbance. But this was something else entirely. Massive steel doors, hidden beneath layers of rock and camouflage, began to move. They were ancient, constructed during a time when humanity feared its own potential for destruction. Massive hydraulic systems, untouched for generations, now hummed with renewed energy. Inside the underground complex, rows of starships stood silent. Each vessel was a testament to human engineering, sleek, powerful, and completely hidden from the galaxy's view. Quantum stasis fields had preserved these ships, keeping their advanced technologies pristine and untouched by time. Aurora's systems interfaced with the ancient fleet. Diagnostic sequences that had waited centuries began to activate. Holographic interfaces flickered to life, displaying complex schematics and system readouts. Captain June Park watched from the primary control center. His fingers moved across holographic interfaces, confirming the activation sequences. Each ship represented more than just a weapon, they were a message. A declaration of humanity's true capabilities. The first ship to fully activate was the RSS Prometheus. Named after the mythological figure who brought fire to humanity, it was a massive carrier vessel with capabilities far beyond anything the Galactic Council had encountered. Its quantum drive systems could traverse entire star systems in moments, and its defensive capabilities were nearly impenetrable. Beneath different continental zones, similar underground complexes began to stir. In the Rocky Mountains, beneath the Antarctic ice, and deep within the Brazilian rainforest, hidden facilities came online. Each location housed a different aspect of humanity's secret defensive network. Aurora's voice echoed through the communication systems. Quantum drive systems at 89% activation. Weapons systems primed. Defensive protocols initiated. Unikim studied the holographic displays, her eyes wide with a mixture of amazement and anticipation. These ships represented generations of secret preparation. While the Galactic Council believed humanity to be primitive and technologically limited, these vessels told a different story. The RSS Prometheus began its initial power-up sequence. Massive energy cores, using technologies unknown to other galactic civilizations, started to pulse with incredible power. Weapons systems that combined quantum manipulation, energy redirection, and advanced particle acceleration came online. Outside the underground complex, the desert landscape remained unchanged. To any external observer, nothing seemed different. But beneath the surface, an entire fleet was preparing for battle. June understood the significance of this moment. These ships were more than just a defensive measure. They were a statement, a clear message that humanity would not be subjugated or controlled. Each vessel had been designed with multiple fail-safe systems. They could operate independently or as a coordinated fleet. Advanced AI systems were integrated into every ship, allowing for rapid decision-making and adaptive combat strategies. The quantum stasis fields that had protected these ships began to dissipate. Protective energy layers shimmered and faded, revealing the full extent of human technological advancement. Aurora continued its activation sequence. Full system integration complete. All vessels responding. Defensive and offensive capabilities at maximum potential. Una turned to June. They have no idea what's coming. June's response was calm and measured. And that's exactly how we want it. The RSS Prometheus began to move. Its massive form shifted, preparing to emerge from its underground sanctuary. Surrounding ships also prepared for deployment, each one a silent guardian that had waited generations for this moment. The Galactic Council believed they were launching a simple pacification mission. They thought humanity was weak, unprepared, and easily conquered. They were about to learn how wrong they were. As the first starship began its ascent, breaking through layers of rock and desert sand, a new chapter in galactic history was about to be written. Humanity was no longer hiding. They were ready to fight. And they would win. The first Council ships never saw it coming. Quantum-shielded vessels emerged from hidden orbital points, their weapon systems far beyond anything the invaders could comprehend. RSS Prometheus led the human fleet, cutting through space like a phantom. Its quantum drive systems left momentary ripples of distorted light where it moved. Captain June Park watched the incoming Council fleet with cold calculation. Target their primary command vessels, he instructed Aurora. The AI's response was instantaneous. Weapon systems locked onto the largest Council ships with precision that defied conventional targeting technologies. Particle beam weapons charged with energy that seemed to bend the very fabric of space itself. The initial Council attack had been designed to be overwhelming. Thousands of ships approached Earth, expecting minimal resistance. Their weapon systems were state-of-the-art galactic technology. Plasma torpedoes, quantum disruptors, and molecular destabilization cannons. But humanity's hidden fleet was something entirely different. The first salvo from the RSS Prometheus struck with surgical precision. A single energy pulse disabled 3 Council battleships simultaneously. Their advanced shields simply ceased to exist, as if erased from reality. Alien commanders watched in shock as their most advanced vessels became floating debris within seconds. "Impossible," muttered a Krell battle commander, his reptilian eyes wide with disbelief. Aurora's tactical analysis played across holographic displays. Each human ship moved with coordinated intelligence that suggested more than simple programming. They anticipated enemy movements, predicted attack vectors, and countered before the Council could even complete their strategies. Yuna Kim monitored the battle from the secondary command center. Her fingers danced across quantum interfaces, supporting the fleet's tactical maneuvers. "They expected an easy victory," she said quietly. "We're giving them a lesson in humility." The human ships didn't just defend. They attacked with a systematic approach that revealed generations of strategic planning. Each vessel carried weapon systems that combined technologies from different scientific disciplines: quantum mechanics, advanced particle physics, and computational predictive algorithms. Council ships began to retreat. But retreat was impossible. The human fleet had already created a tactical containment zone, effectively trapping the invasion force. "Full engagement protocol," June commanded. RSS Prometheus's main weapon, a device that could literally slice through spacetime, powered up. Its energy signature was unlike anything in galactic records. Where other civilizations used brute force, humans had developed precision instruments of war. The battle wasn't just about fighting. It was about sending a message. We will not be conquered. We will not be controlled. We are humanity. Plasma eruptions, quantum disruptions, and energy cascades transformed the space around Earth into a canvas of technological warfare. Council ships exploded, not from traditional weapon damage, but from systems simply shutting down as if touched by an intelligence they couldn't comprehend. Aurora's voice remained calm. "Enemy fleet, 67% disabled. Recommended course of action, complete neutralization." June watched the holographic display. Each destroyed ship represented more than a military victory. It was a statement about human potential, about a civilization that had prepared, waited, and was now revealing its true strength. The counterattack lasted less than 30 minutes. When it ended, thousands of Council ships had been reduced to floating debris. No human vessels were lost. Complete and total victory. As the last Council ship was neutralized, a transmission was prepared. Not a message of surrender, but a warning. Humanity had arrived on the galactic stage. And they would not be ignored. The RSS Prometheus hung in space, a silent guardian. Its quantum drives hummed with potential, ready for whatever might come next. The galaxy would remember this day. The day humans showed they were far more than anyone had ever imagined. The aftermath of the battle spread across galactic communication networks like wildfire. Council Representative Dahan watched in horror as the reports came in. Humanity had not just defended itself, but had completely dismantled the most powerful invasion fleet in galactic history. Emergency sessions of the Galactic Council convened on multiple planetary systems. Holographic representations of different species flickered with tension. The Vorn delegates, silicon-based beings known for their calculated strategies, looked particularly stunned. "How is this possible?" demanded a Nebulan elder, his gaseous form swirling with agitation. Humans were considered a primitive species. Aurora's intercepted communications began revealing strategic information that shocked every galactic representative. Humanity had not just prepared for defense, they had been quietly building a technological arsenal that made other civilizations look like children playing with primitive tools. June Park's transmission cut through the chaos. His message was direct and chilling. "This was not an act of aggression," he stated. "This was a response to your attempted genocide. We did not seek this conflict, but we will finish it on our terms." Human ships began systematically disabling Council communication networks. Not through destruction, but through sophisticated quantum encryption methods that essentially isolated entire planetary systems from each other. Strategic points across multiple star systems suddenly found their advanced technologies compromised. Navigation systems, communication arrays, and defensive networks simply stopped functioning, all redirected through human-controlled quantum networks. The psychological impact was devastating. Species that had long dominated the galactic political landscape suddenly realized they were no longer in control. Humanity had not just defeated an invasion force, they had demonstrated the ability to completely neutralize technological infrastructures across entire star systems. Yuna Kim coordinated the next phase of their strategic response. Underground facilities on Earth began transmitting detailed intelligence about the Council's political structures, military capabilities, and secret diplomatic negotiations. No secret was safe. Council Representative Dahan's personal communication logs were broadcast across public channels. His discussions about human subjugation, his dismissive comments about human potential, all were now public knowledge. The galaxy watched as humanity transformed from a seemingly weak species to a potential new dominant force. Aurora's tactical analysis showed something more profound. Humanity wasn't seeking conquest. They were establishing a new paradigm of interstellar relationship, one based on mutual respect and clear boundaries. "We will not attack unprovoked," the AI transmitted. "But we will defend ourselves with absolute certainty." Smaller species, long oppressed by the Galactic Council, began sending cautious communication requests to human command centers. They saw an opportunity for liberation. The RSS Prometheus remained in strategic orbital positions, its quantum drives humming with potential energy. It was both a shield and a promise humanity would protect itself and those who sought genuine cooperation. Political structures that had existed for thousands of years began to crumble. The invasion attempt had exposed fundamental weaknesses in the Galactic Council's systems. June Park understood this was more than a military victory. This was a complete restructuring of galactic power dynamics. "We are not conquerors," he told Yuna. "We are architects of a new understanding." The message was clear: humanity would not be a victim. They would be partners, defenders, and if necessary, protectors of those who could not protect themselves. As communication networks slowly came back online, one thing became absolutely certain: nothing would be the same again. The galaxy had changed. And humanity had changed it. The dust of conflict had barely settled when humanity began reshaping galactic politics. Earth's representatives gathered in a massive orbital conference center, with delegates from dozens of previously oppressed species watching carefully. Yuna Kim stood at the center of the negotiation chamber. Her presence was calm, but her eyes carried the weight of recent battles. Behind her, holographic displays showed the strategic reconfiguration of galactic territories. "We are not here to replace the old system," she explained. "We are here to create a new framework of mutual respect and cooperation." Aurora's computational systems processed diplomatic protocols in real time, providing nuanced translation and cultural context for every communication. The AI had become more than a weapon system, it was now a critical diplomatic tool. Captain June Park watched from a secondary platform. He understood this moment was about more than military victory. This was about establishing a new understanding between civilizations. The Vorn delegates, once aggressive colonizers, now sat quietly. Their silicon-based bodies seemed to vibrate with a mixture of fear and anticipation. They had witnessed humanity's technological superiority and understood the potential consequences. Smaller species that had been marginalized for generations now found themselves with unexpected allies. The human delegation listened to their stories, their challenges, their hopes. "We will help you rebuild," Una promised a delegation from a recently liberated planet. But we will not control you. Aurora began implementing reconstruction protocols. Advanced technological systems were shared, not as tools of control, but as resources for development. Power generation technologies, medical advancements, communication networks all became shared resources. The RSS Prometheus remained in orbit, a silent guardian representing humanity's commitment to protection. Its quantum drives could respond to any potential threat within moments. Council Representative Dahan, now stripped of his political power, watched the proceedings. The species that once planned humanity's destruction now witnessed its capacity for compassion. "We could destroy you," June said directly to the remaining council representatives. "But that is not our purpose." Diplomatic channels began reconstructing interstellar relationships. Not through force, but through cooperation. Humanity's technological advancements became a bridge, not a weapon. Aurora calculated and projected potential conflict scenarios. But the AI's analysis showed something remarkable: the potential for genuine peace was higher than ever before. Smaller species began sharing their own histories, their own challenges. Humanity listened. Not as conquerors, but as partners. The new galactic agreement took shape. It wasn't perfect, but it was fair. Protections were established for developing civilizations. Technological sharing became a standard, not a privilege. "We are not your masters," Una told the assembled delegates. "We are your partners." The conference lasted weeks. Every detail was negotiated, every potential conflict analyzed. Aurora's systems ensured transparency, preventing hidden agendas or manipulation. June understood the significance of this moment. Humanity had transformed from a seemingly weak species to a civilization capable of reshaping galactic dynamics, not through conquest, but through understanding. As the final agreements were signed, something changed. The fear that had dominated galactic interactions for generations began to dissolve. The RSS Prometheus continued its silent vigil. A reminder. A promise. A new beginning. Humanity had arrived. And the galaxy would never be the same. The ancient fleet returned to its quantum stasis, waiting. Always waiting. But now, with a different purpose. Not just as a weapon, but as a guardian. A new order had begun.